In this session, we are going to discuss one of the important topic from the chapter Metals and Non-Metals. The topic is corrosion. The topics which we are going to cover in this session are corrosion, prevention of corrosion, alloy. Let's start the discussion. The first topic is corrosion. What do you mean by corrosion? Here you can see a car. The metallic part of this car, it is destructed. The color has been changed. Now you can see that the car is not more useful. This process is known as corrosion. If there is an interaction between metallic surface and air, atmosphere, there will be reaction. It is known as corrosion. Because of this reaction, the metallic surface are going to destructed. So we can define corrosion. It is a chemical destruction of metallic surface due to the action of atmosphere. It is a chemical destruction of metal surface due to the action of atmosphere. Action of atmosphere means it may be water, it may be oxygen, other particles present in the air. So we can conclude that chemical destruction of metallic surface due to the action of atmosphere is known as corrosion. There are different types of corrosion. Now we are going to discuss the different types of corrosion, examples of corrosion. Next topic is examples of corrosion. Examples means we are going to discuss the corrosion of different metals. First one is silver, corrosion of silver. We all are familiar with silver. Silver coins are there, silver ornaments are there. Here we are going to discuss the corrosion of silver. Here you can see the silver coins. These coins are having shiny surfaces, so it is lustrous. But when when silver is exposing to air, in the air it consists of lot of particles like sulfur, oxygen, nitrogen. Because of the sulfur present in the air, there will be reaction between sulfur and silver and there will be formation of silver sulfide. Here you can see these coins are having black spot on that surface because of the silver sulfide. Let's see what is happening here. Here it is silver. You can see a silver ornament here. Sulfur is present in the atmosphere. When there is a reaction between silver and sulfur, this sulfur and silver, they are reacting each other to form silver sulfide. Here you can see it is silver sulfide. That is the reason for that black spot. Silver articles become black after some time when exposed to air. This is because it reacts with sulfur in the air to form coating of silver sulfide. Next one is copper. Copper is a useful metal. In daily life we are using copper. Copper vessels are there, copper bottles are there, copper wires we are using at home as connecting wires. This copper is also reacting with atmosphere. Copper is reacting with carbon dioxide. Here you can see a copper vessel. It's looking very shiny, lustrous surface. It is looking very beautiful, isn't it? But this copper will interact with atmosphere. Atmosphere means air and water present in the atmosphere. Water and carbon dioxide. This copper is going to react with water and carbon dioxide to form copper carbonate. Here the product is copper carbonate. Copper is reacting with carbon dioxide and water present in the atmosphere. It is a corrosion of copper. You can see a green coating on the surface of copper. It is copper carbonate. Let's see what is happening here. It is a copper vessel. In the atmosphere you can see there are water and carbon dioxide. We are considering water and carbon dioxide. There are many elements in the atmosphere. These are water and carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. If there is a reaction between, if there is an interaction between copper and this atmosphere, the water and carbon dioxide are going to react with copper to form copper carbonate. So this is the reason for the green coating. Here you can see after the reaction you can see the green coating. Now let's write the explanation. Copper reacts with moist carbon dioxide. Moist carbon dioxide means water and carbon dioxide. That is, moisture means water content. Moist carbon dioxide in the air and slowly loses its shiny brown surface and gains a green coat. This green substance is copper carbonate. Next one is iron. Iron is very important metal in our daily life. Everywhere you can see the iron materials. Iron is very useful. It is normal iron. It is having a shiny surface now. This metal is looking new. But when we are exposing this metal, this iron to the air for a long time, what is going to happen? The color of that chain is going to change. Now it is the color of change because of the reaction. This process is known as corrosion of iron. The special name of this process is rusting of iron. Iron is interacting with atmosphere, the water and oxygen. Water and oxygen present in the atmosphere, and it is forming a brown flaky layer on the surface of iron. So it is getting corroded. This process is known as rusting of iron. Here you can see an iron ball. In the atmosphere there are water and oxygen. If there is an interaction between iron and atmosphere, this water oxygen, they are going to react with iron to form rust. This process is known as rusting of iron. The main components are water and oxygen. If iron exposed to moist air for a long time, it acquires coating of a brown flaky substance. It is called rust. This process is known as rusting of iron. Next one, very important topic, prevention of corrosion. How we can prevent corrosion? Is it required to prevent corrosion? Yes, we need to prevent corrosion. Then only we can save the metal from the corrosion. We are going to discuss the different ways to prevent corrosion. First one, painting, oiling or greasing. These three processes are same, because when we are painting, when we are oiling, when we are greasing, in these three cases the working is same. Let's discuss that. Here you can see an iron article. It is an iron plate. We are going to protect it. If we are keeping this iron like this, the atmosphere, the water and oxygen present in the atmosphere, they are going to react with this iron and it is going to get corroded. To prevent this corrosion, we are going to apply paint on the surface. Here we are applying paint on the surface, and now it is red in color. We applied red color paint. In the atmosphere there are water and oxygen. This water and oxygen will try to interact with this iron. There will be reaction between iron and these components of air, but because of this paint will act as a barrier, protection. This paint will act as a protection, and this water and oxygen, they are not going to react with iron anymore. This water and oxygen, they are trying to react with iron, but the paint is acting as a protective layer. It is protecting iron from oxygen and water. This protection is known as barrier protection. Barrier means a blockage. Paint, oil or grease will act as a protective layer. These are stopping interaction of iron surface with atmosphere. This method is also known as barrier protection. So this topic is very important. Next method, galvanization. Galvanization is also one of the important method to prevent corrosion. Here we are taking an iron article. Iron is a reactive metal. It will react with oxygen and water present in the atmosphere. To prevent this reaction, we are coating iron with another metal, zinc. We are coating this iron with another metal, zinc. So, zinc is more reactive compared to iron. The element zinc is more reactive compared to iron. So when there is an interaction of atmosphere with the zinc will undergo corrosion, not iron. Iron is protected because of this zinc. It is also known as sacrificial protection because zinc is sacrificing his life for iron. So it is also known as sacrificial protection. So zinc is going to get corroded. Here zinc is undergoing corrosion. This zinc is more reactive than iron. The reactivity of zinc is more than iron. Because of that, if there is a breakage also, if there is a break for this coating layer also, the iron is protected because zinc is more reactive than iron. So the zinc is going to get corroded because of the atmospheric reaction, and iron is protected from the corrosion. This process is known as galvanization. It is also known as sacrificial protection. Galvanization. Galvanization is a method of protecting steel and iron from rusting by coating them with a thin layer of zinc. We are coating it with a thin layer of zinc. Because of this coating, we can prevent corrosion of this metal. If the zinc coating is broken, if there is a breakage of zinc coating, then also the iron is protected because of reactivity of zinc. If the zinc coating is broken, the galvanized object remains protected against rusting because zinc is more reactive than iron. Zinc will get oxidized always. Corrosion means oxidation, reaction with oxygen. That's why we are using oxidized. So zinc will undergo oxidation always. Zinc will undergo corrosion always, not iron. Next method to prevent corrosion is alloying. Alloying means we are mixing metals with non-metals or other metals. So we are making a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous means the properties are same everywhere. That is called homogeneous. We are mixing metal like iron and carbon. We are mixing copper and zinc. So this kind of homogeneous mixture is known as alloy. It is not a single metal. It may be consist of two metal, three metal, maybe one metal and non-metal. It is a mixture, homogeneous mixture. So we can define alloy first. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metal and non-metal. When we are making this alloy, we can improve the properties of metal. The melting point, the boiling point, the reactivity. We can change these things when we are making an alloy. Alloying is the best method to prevent corrosion. We can improve the properties of metal using alloying. For example, iron. When we are using iron, there is a chance of corrosion because the iron will react with water and oxygen present in the atmosphere, and there is a chance of corrosion. But when we are using alloy of iron like steel, steel is the alloy of iron plus carbon, which will give you steel. For this steel, the reactivity is very less. Corrosion is very less. It won't react with atmosphere. Rusting process is not going to take place for steel. Steel is more durable than iron. So it is an alloy of iron and carbon. Examples of alloys. First one, stainless steel. It is a combination of iron, chromium and nickel. There are three metal. We are mixing these three metal and we are making alloy. Then you will get stainless steel. Next one is amalgam. Amalgam means it is a mixture of mercury and a metal. If it is zinc amalgam. So the metal and mercury, that is called amalgam. Metal plus mercury. If one of the metal is mercury, then the alloy is known as an amalgam. Next one is solder. Solder we are using for connecting wires, soldering iron. This solder is having low melting point. That's why we are able to use this for connecting wires. Solder is the alloy of tin and lead. So it is an alloy of tin and lead. Low melting point used to join electrical wires. That is the use of solder. Brass. Brass is the mixture of copper and zinc, and bronze is the mixture of copper and tin. So these two alloys are very important. Brass is a mixture of copper and zinc, and bronze is a mixture of copper and tin. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Visit our website www.winpointonlineclasses.com. Support us for providing free online classes to everyone. And you can always ask your doubts using comment box. Thanks for watching.